going on, guys? Yankee Cowboy here. On my way up to shoot trap. Haven't shot trap in quite some time, so I figure on the way up, something new I wanted to try was tell some of my stories of my hunting this past season, and kind of a little recap through some stories. And first story I wanted to talk about was a particular pheasant hunt that I went on. It was the day before the Thanksgiving stocking, and I went up there. It was going to snow on Thanksgiving Day. We were supposed to get flurries or something, but so I said I figured I'll go up early because you know, animals will be gathering before we get any kind of inclement weather. So I went up and headed out into the woods. It was a pretty nice day. It was partly cloudy and it was chilly. It was a nice day. So I started in on the north side of the property, and I didn't get maybe 100 feet in the woods, and I flushed up a nice pheasant. Now what happened with this particular bird? He came up. It was a rooster, and he went in between some thickets, and I took a shot, but I didn't get anything at him, and that one got away, and I was a little disappointed. You know what, guys? I've been debating this since I got in the truck, but I know we got coffee up at the clubhouse, but I think I want a hot chocolate. It's pretty chilly today, and they're predicting snow for Christmas this year, actually, for once, for the next 3 days after Christmas Eve. So that'll be a first in a while. But I'm thinking I want a hot chocolate. So I'm in the center of town here. This is just a little hick town, and there's a little Dunkin' Donuts right here. I'm gonna park my truck totally illegal or wait for somebody to move, and I'm gonna grab my hot chocolate and we'll recontinue on the story. So I'll be back in a flash, guys. Alright, guys, I'm back. Got a nice toasty hot chocolate. I was debating on the hot chocolate or a nice cold Coke in the can. I like Coke in the can. Well, not really in the can, but you know what I'm saying. Just tastes better. Anyway, I can get a Coke in the can up at the club. We got a refrigerator up there, $1 a pop. So maybe after I'm done shooting trap, I'll enjoy a nice icy cold Coca-Cola, because I like Coca-Cola in the cold weather. Alright, so back to the rooster that I flushed up. I wasn't maybe 100 yards in the woods, guys, just crashing through some thickets and flushed him up. Like I said, he flew in between some trees, and I just couldn't get a good shot at him. I did take the shot, but I didn't get him at all. He just he cruised along, and that was that. So I scooted around for about 45 minutes on that north end of the property, and I wasn't seeing anything. So I went back, went in the clubhouse, hung out with the guys for a bit, shot the shit, had a cup of coffee, warmed up a bit, and then I went back out for a little bit, almost in the same area, thinking that I was going to get the same bird. Because once I see a bird, guys, I get kind of too focused on getting that particular bird. Even if he ducks into the bushes and I never see him again, I'll waste half of a day looking for him. But I did that for a little bit, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to try and go up on the hill up by the trap field, because I know they release birds up there and birds down at the bottom where I was. So, and before I go any further with the story, I'm gonna try and take some footage. Hopefully, if trap gets done early, I'm gonna show you right where I got him, where he was hiding, and the whole bit. I'll go over it. So that'll be pretty good. So at least you guys can put together what I'm saying and have a visual of it. So after I was through bullshit and I got my stuff together, and I was heading up there. So I'm heading up the trap field, guys, and I didn't get not even to the first station, because I had to cross all the stations to head up the particular path. And I see what I thought I saw some movement in the bushes. I saw the white ring, and sure enough, it was a rooster cutting through this little bush we got on the side, and a little patch of thickets. So I was like, all right, I got this sucker. So get my gun ready, take the safety off of it. I start moving in. I don't want to blast him in the bush, guys, because this bush isn't really that big. I want to get him out of there. So now, here's another piece of information. This happened to me on multiple hunts. He aims the other way where the sun's setting, and the sun's in my eyes. This happened more than once to me. I lose this bird in this bush. Okay. Now I don't know if he scooted out and he went into the ravine that's behind it. I'll show you guys that little ravine. There's a little there's a little patch of thickets in this ravine that leads to this little pond behind the trap field. So I'm like, you know, he must have went and got out, and I lost him. I was like, shit, what the hell? So I head up the hill. I said, oh, let me see if he went up here. I go up the hill. I didn't see him. I was almost getting ready to give up, guys. So I head back down. I'm like, this sucker's got to be in this bush. This bush isn't big, and I'm going to show you guys the bush because you got to see this. So I head down. Sure enough, I walk in. I'm almost in the bush to the right of it, where I originally found him. He's sitting there in the middle, hunkered down. I was like, you son of a bitch. I'm like, all right. Now the sun's down pretty good now. The sun isn't going to be an issue. So I get behind this sucker and I start marching him out. And I want to flush him up in the trap field. But that's not how it went down. And I'm going to save the rest of the story for when we get up to club. So stay tuned. Okay guys, we got to finish the story up here. I couldn't get over to the trap field to show you guys the spot where I actually got the pheasant. Because the trap was packed today. A little shocked actually. I thought it was going to be dead with the holiday coming up. But it was busy right up until 1 o'clock. So I said, you know what, let me come back here. I'll finish telling the story. Alright, so we left off. I'm back down. I'm almost in the bush now. And I find them hunkered down. So now I want to flush them out into the trap field so I can get them up in the air and shoot them. Because obviously I'd like to get them in the air than on the ground. But this particular one, he was a tough one. He followed. This bush wasn't big at all, and hopefully the next time I get up there, I can get the field to myself and I can show you guys what I'm talking about. He skirted along this little bit of this bush and he stayed in there. I was like, you know what? Rather than screw around with this bird before he does something stupid, I said as soon as he comes past that bush, I'm just going to let him have it. So what I did was I took the Browning, I put my bead right past the bush. Now as soon as his head came past that bush, I fired. Beautiful headshot. Matter of fact, he walked down the hill a little bit, he fell over, and he died right there. There was maybe 3 pellets, 3 pieces of shot, 3 BBs maybe entered this bird. I know one took his eye out. Well, maybe more than that. I got pictures of it actually. Maybe I'll stuff the picture in this. Yeah, I'll throw a picture in this video. Shot his beak off. One went in his eye, and then he was bleeding out of his neck, which was good because he died quick. No big deal there. And the second bonus of it is, all the meat is, there's no pellets to pick out of the meat. It's unmolested. It was a good headshot, which is why I took it. You know, it was a nice rooster. He was nice and plump. And, you know, I didn't want to be pulling shot out of the meat. Try and go for the head as much as you could, you know. When you get them up to fly, too, when you lead the bird, I lead a little extra so I can get a headshot. And try and keep any of the pellets I can out of the meat. Which the last 2 I took were none in the meat at all. They were excellent. So yeah, so I get him. He wandered down onto the trap field. Not far. He walked about maybe 8 feet and then he just dropped over. So so that was good, guys. That was actually the last pheasant I got of the season. After that, I went up there the next day when they stocked for Thanksgiving, and I didn't see anything. That was a miserable day. It was it actually snowed out a little bit, and it was no good. So I don't know, guys, just a little interesting little story. I figured, you know, I'd throw it out there. I'm going to throw a few more of my hunting stories up there. Maybe we'll do a deer hunting one next, even though there's not much to report on that. But I got a couple good stories I can tell. Okay, guys, in closing, I did end up cooking that pheasant that night. I should have did a video on this. I made stuffed pheasant. What I did was I flattened out the breast, and I put stovetop in it with mozzarella cheese. I rolled it up, wrapped it in bacon, and I wrapped the legs in bacon, and I cooked it in the oven. I'll throw some pictures in here of that, and if anybody's interested in the recipe on that, just you know, shoot me a PM or leave a comment below. Also, comment below if you want to hear any more of my boring hunting stories. And that's it, guys. So thanks again for watching the Total Outdoors with the Yankee Cowboy.